Yes, we can start. Hi, Bao.
Hello, Mia. How are you?
Very good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good.
So I just share on my timeline as well. So it should
Okay,
be
let's do
good.
that. All the
Okay.
sharing, all the beautiful things. Yes. And we have the restream chat going, so I can see people that chatting with us. Not on Instagram, only on Facebook and Twitter and YouTube. So if you're on
Oh, I see.
Instagram, you can find me, you can leave me messages on private message. And if anything that we're talking about is actually directing you to a link that is in my bio Instagram, and later on I'll tell you in Facebook where to find it. Okay, Bao, what are we going to talk about today?
Okay, so we're gonna talk about some business and question about life as well, because you are the person that the authorized person that can help on that field. So
Yes.
I know that you have been helping a lot of small and big business across the club,
Mm-hmm.
and you see a lot of issue with business and why they not going up, or steady, uh, like as they expected. So what is the main reason business now like a yo-yo instead of steady growth?
Okay, so generally what's happened is like that. Um, a business will start a business and he will start to promote,
Mm-hmm.
and they start to promote and then they get work in, and then they start to deliver, so they start to stop promoting, and then the work die, so they start to promote again, and then the work come in, so they start promoting, and they go up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. And why is that?
Mm-hmm.
Actually is because they don't really understand something really important. Business owners don't understand something extremely important. And it is because they're so dedicated, because they're all in their business. They do something that is admirable but dangerous.
Wow.
What is the admirable thing that they do? They work very hard. What is the dangerous thing they do? They don't get organized.
No.
They just work and work and work and work and work and never get organized, never get organized. And organized, I mean, training their people, teaching them, fixing things, improving the system, getting more organized. It is much like, imagine an army that will just go attack, 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 and never have any supply coming in. It
Exactly.
will be insane. They will get stuck. That's exactly what's happened to a business. They put
Wow.
everything into attack and nothing into organize. So after a year of operation, they have no more supply, so they die.
They stop.
Oh, yes. And then they go to another business and they say, well, now I've learned. And they do the same thing. The same
So
thing.
you
They don't know how to get organized. They don't know how to
wow.
train the people. They don't. What does it mean to train the people? To train the people do not mean to teach your people what to do. That's not what I mean. What you need to do is not to teach your people what to do, but actually to teach yourself how to get your people to bring results.
Wow. Wow, that's a high level. So as you say about training people, business like a teamwork game. And the problem for small business is that whenever they train new people, those people end up compete with them later on instead of helping them contribute and help to expand the business. So what is the bug in here, and what can small business owner could do to prevent that from happening?
Okay, good. First of all, I just want to say hi to Swapna. She just say hi in the chat.
Oh, hello.
Yeah. Say hi to you and to me, so hi. So what you do against competition? If you grow fast enough, if you make sure that you build a system that it's really growing and growing and growing and growing, you'll see that those people inside that want to compete with you will not compete with you because you will be too overwhelming. But if you
Exactly.
stay small all your life, and you at the same size like you started, so anyone can do that. So instead of worrying about this guy will compete with me, worry about how can I expand so much. And if the guy wants to compete with you, tell him go for it. Compete, and when you go out of business, come back. And now he will really stay with you. Because they will go out of business because, you know, I'll tell you a story and you will see. Most people think that to build a business, you either need to be a good doctor. For example, if you're a doctor, or a good carpenter, or a good plumber, or a good electrician, and they say, well, you know, I've learned how to be an electrician for 20 years, and I've been working for someone for 20 years as an electrician, so I know how to be an electrician. And they don't understand that to be an electrician means, if you want to have your own business, it means that you need to organize the business, make sure that people are actually get trained, fixing their problems, PR, marketing, accounting, account receivable, account payable, just general keeping of records. You need to take care of the delivery. You need to take care of problems and to improve the product all the time. You need to sell to new customers as well as old customer. And new customer, you sell different than old customer. And you have this whole machine that you need to build. And most businesses maybe have one area. And the one area is the technical side usually. If they have two areas, so sometimes two friends get together, the one is technical and the one know how to sell. So they have two areas, so they usually succeed more because they have only two areas. Imagine if they have all the areas. Now, what happened when a person leaves and he thinks, you know, I was working for them, I was the main technician, and it's always, they usually think it's all because of me, I made a success, I'm the technician, I'm this, I'm that, I'm that. And they go to open a business, and 6 months later, they go, whoops, or a year later. Because it's much more than just the technical side. And this is a very interesting story in Israel. This is a restaurant, a Havishal. So this is a restaurant in Israel, a very, very successful restaurant, like unbelievable. Busy, lines outside 24 hours a day. It's in Tel Aviv, it's never sleeping 24 hours a day, night, there's a line outside. Now the chef of the restaurant was working there, and he decided, you know what? The restaurant is the food. I make the food. I will open a similar restaurant, not a similar, an exact same restaurant next door. Wow. So there's one shop here, then there's another cafe or something, and then he opened another restaurant. Looks the same chairs, the same atmosphere, the same music, the same, everything looks the same, and the same food. He makes the food, it's his food.
Correct, yeah.
And he thought that if he will do that thing, he will succeed. His restaurant is empty, the other restaurant is full, 24 hours a day. Why? And look, this restaurant is mainly living not from local people, but from tourists. So they don't know. The people that come don't know. They come to that restaurant and not that restaurant. They don't know. It looks the same. They don't know. Why the one restaurant is full 24 hours a day and the other restaurant closed after 6 months?
Wow.
Why? Because it takes more than what you see outside to make a successful business. And that's why most businesses do not succeed, because the owners don't understand that they need to learn all the parts of the business. And if you are a business owner and you're not doing well, I am sure that you are missing knowledge in one of those areas that you're just not aware of. You're just not aware. There's a specific number of areas in a business. If you don't know all those areas, you will not succeed. And even if you know one area very, very, very well, but the rest you don't know so well, you will not succeed.
Agreed.
You will not succeed. You know, dentists usually are very, very good dentists, and they start their own practice, but they don't know how to do the rest. So not only that they are not succeeding and they don't know why, but they find themselves that they hate to do marketing or they hate to do the sale. It's not that they hate to do marketing or they hate to do the sale. They don't know how. Because if you learn how, you will love it. Because you love anything that you know how to do.
Yeah. That's amazing. That explains a lot. for a lot of small business, and if they understand that, they would not be in fear, and they
Exactly.
continue to expand. Yeah.
Yeah, they will continue to expand, and you really have to understand that you need to understand the different parts. This is the first step, just that. There's of course small things, but
Exactly.
that's usually the bug. If you handle that, you will already have enough inertia to take you somewhere, so you will survive at least 5 years.
Agree. So we're talking about a surge in income. Like let's say a business or a person got a surge in income. What can they do to maintain that affluence?
So what can you do? So generally, when you have a surge in income, when things going really, really, really well, uh, usually people get complacent. They feel that, oh, everything is going well, I'm so good, and they do something really interesting. They start to look at themselves instead of looking outside. They're starting to think, oh, I'm so good, we are doing so well, we are unbeatable. And they, even if they don't say that, that's what they think in the back of their head, if the statistic really going up, okay?
Right.
When things going very, 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 very well, you need to realize you are in the worst, most dangerous situation in the world.
Wow.
Because when you change, when you take off with an airplane, it is very dangerous. When you fly, it's not a problem. When you take off, it's dangerous. And when you crash, when you go down to land, that's the two times that it's dangerous. So when you see something going very well or very bad, in both cases, you need to know this is the time to be super, super careful. All the rest of the time, don't be careful. Just go for it. When you do very well, be super careful. Don't spend money. Be frugal. Be careful. Look. Think 60,000 times before you change anything. Do only things that you know 100% that they work. Not all kind of ideas all of a sudden. Oh, let's do that. Let's develop an application. If you didn't have an application up to now and things going well, you don't need an application right now. One of the things that people don't know, and generally they don't improve, and they violate it all the time, but they mainly violate it when things go well, is you don't need new marketing campaign. You don't need a new salesperson. You don't need new product. You need a marketing campaign that work. You need a salesperson that produce. You need a product that sell. It's enough. The one that you have, one that work, that's what you need. You don't need 20 broken. You need one that works. Once you've got one that works, you need another one that works. Not 20, one. And if you build it like that, step by step, and if you have the knowledge on how to make a business into success, you will see that you'll have to be a genius not to succeed. Impossible not to
Right.
succeed for you.
So there's a lot of different steps that you just share, and a lot of people like jump into like, oh, I'm gonna get new products at a time, because I make good money, so I have more products and stuff, and that's how people felt.
Yeah.
And I felt on that as well. And I learned that from you to be steady and grow, and I thank you for that. So I need this information to share with all the Facebook friends.
Yes.
So for someone that now a lot of friends report that they have good income from stock market because of the coronavirus. The stock go bottom, and they very optimistic about the stock market. And when you see a lot of people doing the same thing, there is problem coming up. So
Yes.
what would you think about the US market at this time?
Okay, I think that the problem just started. I think that the corona is just the beginning of the problem. It is a rehearsal for the real problem.
Right.
And I think that money, of course, some people can do money in Vegas or the stock market or other places like that. And it's fine. I'm not against it or for it. But what I think that what you need to do is to produce. You need some value. You need to give value. If I just buy stock, I don't actually bring value. You understand? If I just buy
Yes.
stock, no, it's not so acceptable to think like that. But if you think about it, if you just buy stock and sit and wait, it's terrible because your total effect, even if you make money, your total effect, usually in the run, you will not make money. Usually in the long run, you will not make money because you don't know what's going on. You're guessing. So if I was a person that wants to invest his money, I would invest my money not in stock. And it's not that I never invested in stock. I did, but I think that the correct way is not to invest in stock. The correct way is to invest in something that produces result, that produce something of value that people want. They buy it from you, you supplied it to them, they're happy, they buy more, they tell their friends buy more, and you have expansion. And if you have excess money, then you need to invest it in making your product more deliverable, make it more easy to deliver. Just expand your business. Don't just go and put it somewhere in I don't know, in stock, or buy a house,
Bankers.
or buy a car, etc. No, invest it back into your business. Make your business powerful. Expand the business. Get more ways for the business to expand. That's what I would do, and you will see that if you do that, you'll be successful.
Right, right. Thank you, Mia. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
helped explains a lot for some of my friends. And
Yes.
I know the business that running by people, and if the founder or the leaders don't have the right mindset, they would not be able to bring the business to the next level. So I know that you're doing some training in Yoga Sutra, which is a very good series helping people to have the right thinking mindset. And I've been attending a few of them, and I liked it because it makes me feel how I can think it properly and act right. So what is the purpose of teaching this powerful series? Because I know that is a lot of high gradient for a lot of people. Yeah.
Yeah. So the Yoga Sutra is actually an ancient data that has been developed long time ago and been deteriorated and changed and destroyed. And today is something that no one understands. They're saying it, but they don't actually understand it. And if you've been in one of my seminars, you actually see that no
Right.
one actually know. It's impossible to know from what is written. So, but the Yoga Sutra initially was something really powerful, something that could get people to do things that are unnatural for people. They had the level of knowingness, level of effect, remote viewing, all kind of abilities that were quite amazing. And actually, in order for you to succeed, what makes one person succeed versus another one that not? What makes one person start a business and another one not starting a business? What makes one person brave and another person a coward is his state of mind. In the Yoga Sutra, we're there to restore your native state of mind. And your native state of mind is powerful. Your native state of mind is courageous. Your native state of mind is loving. Your native state of mind is just. Your native state of mind is everything we want to think, that everything that we want someone else to be and everything we want to be. So, but the question is that this knowledge has been lost. That was the problem. So when I looked at that problem and I realized, once again, the knowledge has been lost. What's written is just a booby trap, nonsense, mishmash that I can prove 100 times over that no one knows what it means. So I said, what are we going to do about it? How do we going to use this knowledge? How can we recover it? And I realized that there is a way to recover that knowledge, because this knowledge is sitting with each one of us in our head, because this is the blueprint of this universe, and we created that universe, which means the blueprint is there. We just need to find it. In that series of seminars, that series of very powerful seminars, is designed to get you to rediscover that blueprint. And what I'm doing right now is I'm supplying a few free webinars that just actually explain what is the language that we will use in order for me to communicate to you what I want you to do in the actual webinar. But it's super powerful because it explains basic truths about this universe. And the more basic it is, the more powerful it is. Don't think that basic is weak.
Exactly.
More basic it is, the more powerful it is. That's what I'm doing with that. And it's every Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is 9 p.m. South Africa time and 10 p.m. Europe time or Israel time. And all you
2
have to
p.m. Central Time.
Central time. And all you have to do is to go to www.meirezra, meirezra.com/yoga and go there.
I will put it in the chat here.
Yes, you can put it in the chat. Yes, that will be very nice. And also, let me put it in the Restream chat as well. And also, if you are listening on Instagram, you can simply go to my bio. It's there, and just register. And one thing I can promise, well, two things I can promise you. Number one, that I can promise you that it will change your life. You will start to see that something can be done about this situation. Something can be done about life. You can do something about it. That's the first thing that you will discover. The second thing you will discover is that it's not easy. If you think you come and you sit with a glass of wine and a cigar, and I'm talking, doing all the work, and you sitting there having fun, no, it's not easy. It's a lot of work for you. And if we can do that in 30, 40, 50, 60 hours, move you enough to realize that something can be done about it, it's magic. It's unbelievable. Because right now, most of the people believe that there's nothing to do about their condition, because if you believe that there is something to do about your condition, it will change. The moment that you will know that you can change your condition, you will change it. And the only reason why you don't have more money, more happiness, more ability is you 100% believe that it's fixed. Nothing can be done about it.
Mm-hmm.
And something can be done about it.
Exactly. I agree. So friends, check out yourself and register. We're going to put the link on the screen here. And there is a free one coming up this Sunday at 2 p.m. Central Time if you're in Central Time and you want to miss this one. And if you ever...
Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah, 3 Eastern Time. Yeah. And if you ever lost in business and life, I think you should reach out to me so I can help you to reach out to Meir or reach out to Meir directly. He got his Instagram and Facebook, and he's very helpful and love people. He's just doing things for, for fun and to help.
Yeah.
And I just want to let you know that something can be done about the current situation for a better outcome for all of us here. And Meir, thank you for spending your time to share your wisdom in life and business. And I appreciate your willingness to help for no reason at all. And this is amazing about you. And I know it's a good, like a nighttime for you, and you still like staying up and help out. And I will, I'm so appreciate about that.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And I will see you on Friday, I think, the next time.
And Sunday too.
Sunday, yes. Okay. Mwah. See you, everyone. Thank you. Thank you for joining. Thank you, Marcel, Vishal, JJ, Loden, and Swapna, and Dolly. Thank you very, very much. And everyone on Instagram. I don't see your comments on Instagram here. This application don't show Instagram. I actually do not allow the comments to be shown on a restream. But if you have any question for me, follow me on Instagram, Meir Ezra Official, and send me a private message. I always answer, not the answer that you want, but definitely the answer that you need. And that's all. Thank you very much. Thank you, Bao. And thank you for Amit and Swapna for arranging all of that. They're really unbelievable, amazing. And Shamaya that working behind the scene to somehow put everything remotely together. And Gali, my son, that turned everything into an orchestra that actually works and sounds good. So thank you very much for everyone. I love you and bye bye.
Thank you.
Cheers.